Welcome to CounterCultureWISE, a Stormcat production, with your hosts Melanie Hope and James Monis. The views expressed on this podcast are those of the hosts, our guests, and the dog, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any of our platforms, our advertisers, or any other dog.
As you listen today, please remember, we are so much more than a podcast. All of our stories we discuss are linked in our show notes on CounterCultureWISE.com. Visit there for commentary, guest photos and links, animations, and fun merchandise.
If you have a story idea or would like to be a guest on our show, contact us via our website. You can also follow us on Twitter, Gab, Instagram, Facebook, and all over social media where we'll post memes, cat pics, and commentary that gets us booted off on a regular basis.
If you're watching our live show, hit like and join the chat. If you're listening dead, well, you can still hit like, share, subscribe, and comment, but please stop voting Democrat. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another CounterCultureWISE podcast. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. Melanie Hope, and here with me is my husband. I married the dude on purpose, even.
I don't get it.
He's my best friend. He's my co-host, my partner in crime, and my sweet babu, Mr. James Monis.
Hi, everybody. You know why I like elevator jokes? Because they work on so many levels.
You know, I need to animate a womp 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 womp.
Animate you kicking me off a cliff.
I would never do such an awful thing. No siree. No siree. Well, we are just going to have some fun today. Let's laugh. Let's have a good time. We were a little bit delayed today because I had a keyboard and a mouse that just decided they were going to do their own things. And
mouse went on strike.
No, it didn't go on strike. It went on, I'm going to click everything at once, even if you're not touching me.
That's worse.
My mouse was possessed, and then the keyboard decided that I am not allowed to type a capital A, specifically capital A, and the L would only work every third time. And this was a brand new keyboard. Yeah, and I really liked it because it had a nice tippy tappy. So we had to blaze out to a large discount chain store because it's the only thing out here that's open on Sunday. It's 30 minets away, so, you know, 1 hour round trip, and then it's like, okay, well, since we're down here.
It's past our usual posting time.
Past our bedtime.
Well, there's that, yeah. I try not to think about that.
Yeah, because you have to be up at dark 30
But I can't say we had a bad weekend. We went to
a wonderful weekend.
Wonderful Cameron Park Zoo.
Love
once
our
again.
zoo.
And
we should have shown the pictures that you took of the penguins.
I didn't take any pictures of the penguins.
Oh, you didn't? I thought
no.
That's right. We decided we would because we went to Brew at the zoo.
We went to Brew at the Zoo, which is a fundraiser for Cameron Park Zoo, where all the local breweries and the Waco, the Central Texas region has a lot of amazing breweries, microbreweries. Whether you like an amber ale, an IPA, a stout.
There was no pumpkin spice, though. No pumpkin spice, so it was legit.
So she actually made up for it by getting pumpkin spice creamer for our coffee for the next few days.
I know it's fake. I don't care. I want pumpkin spice. I'm a white girl. Deal with it.
Don't ever change. Not there's anything wrong with not being a white. Usual.
Yeah. So if you hear much ado about nothing behind us, it's because the little one really wants to play with Fritzy, and Fritzy is not having it, and it's adorable.
Yeah, she's got. She used to have what I called the happy hiss. You know, she'd hiss, but she looked like she was just teasing.
Yeah.
Frankie has coaxed her out of teasing. She's full on hiss bag now, and it's like
It's
quite amusing to watch.
It is cute though. She's
Yeah.
cute. She's
Well,
got
she
it.
can't help but be cute.
Yeah,
Anybody who's
she's
seen her videos or
well.
her
Okay,
photos, her
that's the
photos of the real
persona
life
we've
version.
created for her. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but even the photos of her, the real Fritzy, are like,
yeah, she is a beautiful, beautiful kitty. But
Yeah.
yes, the happy hiss is no more. We are now at the no. I am not dealing with this. You little twat hiss. I think that's what she would call him if she were
Yeah.
able to call him things.
Good
All
old
right,
Frankie
so do you
Ranky.
want to update folks on how things are going in Jimbo Land? Anything new you want to share with our loyal
Just
followers?
the new job's going well, and I'm debating on NaNoWriMo, and I'm not too sure if I feel like discussing it. You know something? This is my venue.
This
This
is your
my
venue.
forum.
This is all about
to
you.
vent.
It is all about you.
So, what is NaNoWriMo not doing this year? Well, we are a mere 11 days or so from
I
starting,
haven't heard a peep out of them.
and you're probably not likely to. Now, normally there's banners and things that you can
Yeah.
download and put on your Facebook's page saying, I'm ready to rock and roll, baby.
There's merch. There's
Yeah, there's
groups
merch,
that you can
there's
join. That
posters, things you can buy, coffee mugs, you name it.
yeah.
You go to their website and it's a crypt.
What happened?
Well,
That makes me sad because
I mean, here's the thing. Firstly, they have been going on and on and on over the last several years about diversity, equity, and inclusion. They have beaten the snot out of it.
It
And
has nothing to do with what it's
I know. So we're
about.
sitting here writing books. We don't want to know
I don't
from
care.
DEI. And it all
I
culminated. and
honestly
of course,
don't care.
And you know how effective it was? One of the liaisons got booted from her job after referring to another member as a diversity hire. That just shows you how effective DEI programming, and that's what it is if you go to their website.
I don't understand why they consider that an insult when that's literally what it's all about.
You know, it's
they should be like, "Yes, I am. Thank you. That's my."
I know, but
If it's an insult, maybe they should look at what
Yeah.
they're doing.
But what's really that's just a sidecar. That's not even the main
A
reason.
sidecar?
Yeah, it's just a sidecar.
I think
It's
that's
just
sidebar, Jim.
whatever. Sidecar,
sidecar's
car
what you
bar.
put-
Take her car to the bar.
Sidecar's what you put on your motorcycle,
Whatever.
Jim.
It's fine. It's just it's not even as important. But for all intents and purposes,
That's just a sidecar. I'm still laughing at that. That's adorable.
thank you.
I just want to pinch your cheeks right now. It's just a sidecar.
Anyway,
He leans in.
It's just a sidebar
Wrong
right
cheeks,
now.
Jim. Wrong cheeks.
Oh, those cheeks. Well, anyway, they pretty much gave their blessing to use AI, and that has caused
Wait, to write?
yes.
No, that goes against everything that it stands for.
But they were talking about people, the poor marginalized people of whoeverville are now going to be able to write, and it's like they have lost.
That's not.
They have lost
that's-
corporate sponsors.
Yeah, that's not
They
them
have lost
writing.
writers. So I'm
they
debating.
ruined
And I'm
it.
going to put this out on Facebook a few days before NaNoWriMo, especially if they don't put up their banners like really darn soon.
Maybe
Should I keep on keeping on with NaNoWriMo? If the banners come up, I post it and I do the 50,000 words in a month. B, go ahead and write anyway and just say foo-foo to NaNoWriMo until they get their shizzle together, because there's a lot more. It's not just those two things.
Well, we should be writing anyway.
We should be writing anyway,
NaNoWriMo
okay.
just kind of forced the.
Or C, concentrate on other creative stuff. I'm leaning towards option B. One of the reasons that they don't have everything up and running is because there's a funding shortage. And
Gee, I wonder
hey,
why.
geniuses, the funding shortage is because
You got political.
you got political
we didn't
when
need
you
that.
should have kept your yak shut.
Yeah. If you want to be inclusive, if you want to reach more people, if you don't go political. The minute you go political, even people who agree with you are turned off.
You gets woke,
You goes broke.
You goes broke. One more time.
Oh,
Again.
that hurts my heart because I'm the one who got you involved in this, and
Yes.
it's been a
And
thing
I
that
still might be. I mean, I'm going to write anyway.
Well,
It's just.
I'm gonna do it, so it's gonna affect, I wanna do it with you. I'm so whiny today. I don't even like
You've
myself.
been whiny all weekend.
I have not.
See?
That wasn't whiny.
Jim plays with his wife on CounterCultureWISE Radio.
That sounded really things that
Don't-
are not
don't.
really dirty.
Okay. Well, let's get on with the scheduled stuff. That
The
was just a
scheduled
side
stuff.
rant, a sidebar. I like sidecar
Well,
because we're going
Isn't
down
a
the
sidecar
road.
a type of drink as well? If I recall,
Probably.
I think it is.
Oh boy.
Sidecar. You're
Anyway,
cracking-
we
you
have
are
a
cracking
ton of fun tonight.
So much stuff.
scheduled.
So
We are
much
going
stuff.
to
But let's
continue.
I mean, we got. Come on, folks. My birthday's November 7th. All I'm asking is that you vote in the stand-up comedian in chief.
This guy, this Donald Trump guy.
This
Oh my
evil,
gosh, he was
evil orange
funny.
man.
Evil orange man, the mean tweeter himself,
The mean tweeter.
the Trumpster
Yeah,
fire.
I'm the big tweeter. I'm the real mean tweeter. Everybody tweets everything.
The Trumpster fire himself.
Oh,
Was that-
that's a new one. I like that Trumpster fire. That's funny right there. I'll tell you. I don't care who you are. That is funny right there.
He showed up at the Al Smith dinner. Now, the Al Smith dinner, if I understand correctly, it is a group run by the Catholic Church. It's the Al Smith was the cardinal of the New York Catholic Church way back when, and he was so influential and did such a great job that they have this organization named after him, and the dinner they hold annually. And presidential candidates traditionally show up for these. The last person not to do it up until this year was Michael Dukakis. Who in the hell is Michael Dukakis? Yeah, I know. But it was 1984, and he decided
I
not to
wasn't
show
old
up.
enough to vote yet, so
yeah,
yeah.
and he didn't do so hot.
That wasn't the Hanging Chads guy, was it?
No, that was not the Hanging Chads guy. The Hanging Chads guy was Al Gore or George Bush, depending on which side you wanted to look at. But yeah, he didn't do so hot. So because Kamala is Kamala Harris, she decided not to appear because there was not going to be a teleprompter for the presidential
Did
candidates.
she really say that's why? Or
No,
is
she
that
didn't
just
say that's why, but that's why.
Well, she did this god
Yeah,
awful scripted
Molly
cringe.
Shannon, who did the Catherine Mary, whatever stupid name is.
Mary Catherine
routine-
Gallagher.
Okay,
Blah,
Mary
blah.
Catherine Gallagher
Yeah.
on Saturday Night Live, 30
No,
years
you've-
ago. It was a
you've-
really funny act.
You've
and now
got to
it's-
see this though. It is
it's
so
cringe-o. It's cringe-oid.
cringe. Yeah, I think I've got it here. Hold on.
Okay, if you
we'll,
have
we'll
it, let's
probably.
roll it.
I mean, we got booted off of YouTube last week. Like they literally deleted our entire
for
podcast for
showing
the fireworks.
silent footage of the
Silent footage
Tropicana
of-
getting imploded.
with an overlay and a mesh, and we're talking over the top of it. It is 100% covered by what is
Fair-
it called?
the Fair Use Act.
Yeah, 100%. But nope, Google doesn't care. So I even used AI to cite the articles, the line, everything for this law, and list bullet points as to why we were covered by that particular law.
Mm-hmm.
And the reply I got was, "We could find no reason." What do you mean you could find no reason? I set it out for you. And so they said, well, they're going to take legal action against you. So if you want to counter this, just be prepared for a lawsuit. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not going to cancel. So I sent it back again and said, this is why, this is the law, totally covered, blah, blah, blah. That was my little rhyme. It was like a Dr. Seuss-y thing.
Cool.
And all I got was the exact same boilerplate answer. We could find no reason. It's like, what? So, screw
So,
YouTube. It's everywhere
screw YouTube
else.
and screw Sinclair Broadcasting
Yeah.
while you're on it.
Yeah, screw Sinclair Broadcasting. Your footage wasn't that great anyway. And, you know,
Well, to be
I go
fair,
out
it's
of my
better than
way. So the
most.
reason I'm telling you all this is because they're probably going to do it again. So hopefully, if you're watching on Rumble, go to Rumble. BitChute is okay. Rumble's the best. And if you're listening, I don't get in trouble anywhere else. It's the weirdest thing. In fact, the audio version is still available. So Sinclair can just sit on a tack for all I'm.
Yeah, it's still an old
So
Sinclair
speak
tack.
of cringing and sitting on tacks. I don't know if I want to play this whole thing because it's pretty bad, but
It's only a couple minutes long.
it's awful. It's just so.
Your Eminence and distinguished guests, the Al Smith dinner provides a rare opportunity to set aside partisanship.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, what's going on? Who was that?
Oh, sorry, Mary.
I mean, this is so fake and so just. And this isn't the first time she's done really fake, stupid garbage like this
Yeah.
with the cross-dresser guy that comes in and you know they do the happy dance and we're walking through doors. It's like this is the just cringiest propaganda. I cannot believe that anybody would buy into this.
Well,
And
she
I'm-
does this dumb video instead of actually
And,
having
yeah,
the
it
guts
doesn't even
to show up.
and it's actually kind of offensive to Catholics if you really get into it.
If you
No,
want something.
Mary Catherine, it's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Mary Catherine. Right now I'm trying to record my speech for tonight's dinner.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to say that I'm Catholic, and tonight is one of the biggest dinners next to the Last Supper.
It's funny, she's supposed to be acting, but she still comes across as a condescending B word.
Yep. And
She still has that mean girl stare, and she still
Yeah.
just sounds condescending and obnoxious. I'm talking.
you're not saying anything, but you're
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, okay.
Are we really, really considering the possibility of 4 years of a president who talks like this, and everything's a question, and she talks to her nose, and she just thinks she's better than everybody, but can't answer any questions? And would she keep?
Yeah, let's not even talk about that Fox interview. the
Would
other
she
night.
keep John Luke diversity higher as the press? Because she is the worst at her. She
Probably
is
not. Probably not. Usually a
so
president.
incapable.
Usually a president wipes the slate clean, except for maybe Secretary of State.
But if you ask her what she's going to do different, absolutely nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Anyways, cringe.
It is a very important dinner, and it's an important tradition that I'm so proud to be a part of.
No,
You're
you're
not
not
a
part
part
of it, lady.
If
You're not
part
even
of it,
there.
You'd show yourself
And
there.
what was her excuse? Did we ever get her excuse?
No, she just didn't go.
Sometimes when I get nervous, I stick my fingers under my arms and I simmer them like that. But that's gross.
So tell me something. I'm giving a
So she's
speech.
trying to get all of the things that she did on SNL and
Yeah.
her movies
Which
just
was,
all
like
crammed.
I said, funny 30 years ago.
Not even really.
Do you have some thoughts about what I might say tonight?
My feelings about what you should say tonight would be best expressed in a monologue from one of my favorite made-for-TV series.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, and what's really funny about this is even though she's doing the bit that she always does, Kamala asked, "What should I say tonight?" Which basically is, policies, why she's good, or even just, "Hey, glad to be here. Let's make fun of each other and have a good time." Her feelings for what Kamala should say expressed in a monologue have nothing to do with nothing other than, "I've got a twat, so hire me." It's basically.
Well, let's hear what Molly Shannon has to say.
Don't you see, man? We need a woman to represent us. A woman brings more heart, more compassion. And think how smart she must be to become a top contender in a field dominated by men.
She wasn't using her brains to get there.
It's time for a woman, bro. And with this woman, we can fly.
What series was that from?
Oh, that's from House of Dragons, now streaming on HBO Max.
And we've got an ad plugged in there too.
Is she on that show?
I don't know, but somebody got paid for that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody says, "Wow, where'd you get that?" No, they tell you where
it's
it's
on ABC.
from, and it's like, yeah, nobody says that. Like literally, nobody says that.
Is there anything that you think that maybe I shouldn't bring up tonight?
Well, don't lie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Not so much.
yeah.
Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
That's all she does. She bears false witness and she bears ... dot.
Ouch.
Oh,
Oh.
Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, well,
that's
let's
why you
find
are where
out.
you are,
We'll
honey.
see November 5th, woman.
Just so you know, there will be a fact checker there tonight.
So we're fact-checking comedy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that there's never a fact checker wherever Kamala is. Maybe that's why she wasn't going to be there.
Oh, that's great. Who?
Jesus. And maybe don't say anything negative about Catholics.
I would never do that, no matter where I was. That would be like criticizing Detroit in Detroit.
Okay. He wasn't criticizing Detroit. He was criticizing what you and your sycophants have done to Detroit. And if you listen to the second half of his speech in Detroit, it is frickin' moving.
Mm-hmm.
It is next level. It is stand up and cry. It is, oh, Captain, my Captain. It is a really good speech.
Okay, now I'm going to have to actually watch the whole
You
thing.
gotta watch that speech. It is good. It is Reagan-esque. Top notch. But you don't get to see that. All you get to
not.
see is him talking about what she and her fellow commies have done to what was once one of the most industrious, richest cities on the planet. And he's talking about, it is an S-hole now, thanks to them and thanks to their policies. And he talks about what he's going to do and how they're going to bring it back, but you don't get to see that part. So if Jesus is the fact checker, she's already got flames at her feet. Murph.
Does it bother you that Trump guy insults you all the time? Because it really
The what guy?
That Trump guy.
Oh, Trump guy.
This is so fake and so cringe.
bothers my friends and me.
Oh, Mary Catherine, it's very important to always remember you should never let anyone tell you who you are.
But you're always telling everybody who Trump is supposed to be, and you're 100% wrong, and you make it up. And now you've got Obama out there hodgepodging, like, literally every single hoax. He's actually cross-pollinating the Russia, and the Fine People hoax now.
I know.
It's like, my Lord, I mean, how far out of reality do you have to be to even buy that? I mean, you'd have to just be living under a rock or watching nothing but, which one is Mad Cow on CBS?
She's on MSNBC.
Yeah, that's right, NPC. You'd have to be so completely removed from reality to not know that those are hoaxes. And what scares me is I think a lot of people are.
A lot of people believe
You
it.
tell them who you are.
You tell them who you are. I wouldn't do anything different. Nothing comes to mind. You have told us who you are, Heels Up Harris.
Haters gonna hate. Shake it off.
Oh, and now
Of
we
course,
have
you
to
got to quote Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift because
The only song of hers I even know.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Good for you, Mary
They're ready.
Catherine.
Oh, yeah, okay. And also remember one more thing. Don't worry if you make a mistake, 'cause Catholic people are very forgiving. Yeah. And also, one last thing I want to tell you, don't forget to say, superstar!
why would she say that?
That was her.
I know, but why would Kamala say that? That makes...
I don't think she'd be.
Thank you, Mary Catherine.
Thank you, Mamala.
Thank you.
Mamala.
That's one of her stupid nicknames.
I thought that was a type of cookie.
It might be. I don't know.
Your Eminence and distinguished guests.
Yeah, I don't even want to see the rest. It was so cringe. So very, very cringe. Look, it's so cringe, even she makes the cringy face.
Yes.
Meanwhile, dude's actually there. The guy that's actually there. Now, I'm going to skip around a little bit just because it's like
It was
20 minutes long.
long. So
She couldn't do a 20-minute anything.
not by herself, not without.
Especially
a
when she's
teleprompter.
dating guys that are over 60. They last, 3-4 minutes tops?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need the
Thereabouts.
ba-boom thing. We need like a button
Yeah,
for
we
that.
really do need a box. I'm not always prepared to badum tis.
I'm working on my Kamala laugh. Oh, wait. Oop, I slipped into AOC there for a second. I scared the cat.
Yeah, you did startle the footsie foots a little bit.
I'll get you my. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm almost there. I'm working on it. Because at some point I'm gonna have to. At some point I'm gonna have to voice Kamala. Oh wait.
Maybe not.
Maybe if I stick my nose, my
Yeah.
finger on my nose, do I
Yeah.
sound more like her now?
Yeah, you do.
God. What's her name on Saturday Night Live? She does a really good job.
Myra.
Yeah, she's
she's funny.
she's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here we go with Trump. Like I said, I'll probably stop and start just because we're us. Here we go. So they bring what's his name there? That was the
Jim Gaffigan.
Thank you. I'm terrible with names.
What's his name?
He actually did a pretty good set too, and,
Yeah.
and he's a total TDSer.
Are you sure about that? If he's a total TDS?
Yeah, he's a total TDSer. Yeah, but the thing is even people who are total TDSers hate Kamala. Even Biden hates Kamala. I mean, listen to how he talks about her now.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, this guy is literally walking into the lion's den. He is surrounded by people who hate him, or at least are pretending to hate him for a lot of money.
Yeah. And there's Charles Schumer is to Trump's left, and this is just gets funnier and funnier.
Schumer?
Chuck Schumer.
It took me a second to figure out who you were.
I meant
Charles?
Chuck Schumer, but his name is Charles. Hey, it was a sidecar. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I always thought Nadler looked like the Penguin, but you really get a look at this guy. And he's got the beak. He's got that evil stare. I mean,
I think of it more like this, but that's me.
oh, yeah,
That's
he's
just
got that going for him. But except vampires are supposed to be good looking. This guy has no
That's
charm at
true.
all. I for the
No.
life of me, I don't understand why he's a thing. All right, so here we go.
Thank you,
Gotta
everybody.
thank everybody.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor. And they told me under no circumstances are you allowed to use a teleprompter. And I got up here and I see this beautiful teleprompter.
So keep in mind, he does not have a teleprompter this entire time, so he is looking
Right.
down at notes.
yeah.
This is something.
There's a teleprompter for the other presenters, but for the
This is something Kamala would never be able to do, like in a bajillion years.
not at all.
In a Brazilian years.
Not in a Brazilian. Not in the Brazilian years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here I am.
And I'm sorry for the quality. I have a moire cover over the top of it because we're trying not to get busted, but it also was a really, really bad version of it, but this is the one that has the best sound.
Right.
Yeah, so those who are listening, you're the ones getting the best quality.
But it is a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father. So it was 3 times, but it was also many times before that, a long time ago. And it's a very
So they were a very respected family, and people loved them. Mm-hmm. And it was only when he announced he was running as a Republican that he became person non grata, and his father was evil, racist, and all this other garbage. None of that existed before.
That's true.
None of that.
special dinner. And you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'd like to thank Your Eminence very much, and members of the clergy, so many people I know.
Is this some cardinal? That's not a pope or anything?
Speaker of the House Johnson, what a job you're doing. He has done a great job.
I'm so on
Senator
Johnson.
Schumer, good. Yeah, I supported him. I don't know.
Yeah, he was. He was a
I
Democrat.
don't know. He used to say that's true, and now I'm not sure he would. But I gave him his first check from an office in Beach Haven, and I was very proud of it. I don't know about lately. Now I was. It was his first check. He was running, and I said, he's a good man. Senator Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard. Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, that's right. Where is the governor?
Is this in New York? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's in New York
So,
City.
yeah, he is literally surrounded
Not
by
an easy one, is it?
all the folks that used to
But
be
you're
his
doing
friends.
all right. We have to get a
And have
little
been
money from
calling
the
him
federal
literally
government. I have
Hitler.
to tell you.
Okay,
It's
so
about,
Yeah, I just made
about time.
you missed the important part with him. He started talking about Mayor Eric Adams.
oh, that's true. I just want to pause here, though. I might back up a little bit. I want to pause here because let's think about this. If you honestly and for real thought that a man who was going to become a dictator, throw you in jail, and become literally Hitler, as these people have been saying, would you be sitting there in your white tie and your nice plate and let him speak?
No, you'd have him arrested. And,
Would you be laughing at his jokes?
No.
These people do not believe what they say.
Yeah. Well,
And yet their followers do.
yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you watch the hags on The View, and they're like, "Oh, we can't even
Does
humanize
anybody
them."
actually watch the said hags
Somebody
on said
must,
View?
because they're making enough money to stay on air. But good Lord, those women are just. And what's funny is they loved him before. You can watch footage of them gushing over him before he didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about this earlier. If Donald Trump had run as a Democrat, all of this would have gone away.
Mm-hmm.
And he still could have done all the same stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they would have been behind him because he had a D after
Yeah.
his name. Like
Yeah.
Pelosi said, you could be a glass of water, you have a D after your name, they're going to vote for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he run as a Republican? Why?
I think it was because his policies were more in line with what the Republican platform was, or what their stated platform was.
But he's still
But he's not. He's not really
he's still
a Republican.
basically a Democrat. I mean,
It is-
most of his
effectively,
policies
he
are.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, most of his policies
He's
are
very.
centrist.
He's actually centrist, middle of the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
The
much.
problem is the Democrats have moved so far to the left that this.
That the center is now the right.
Yeah, as Joey would say, the line is a dot to you. You know, and
Yeah.
seriously though, if he had run as a Democrat, he wouldn't have even had to change the way he talks, his policies, nothing. They would have been behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
I don't know.
and then that begs the question: does that mean we would all have TDS and think he's evil and nasty and blah blah blah?
Some of us would.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Working hard. Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big dais, right? Where is the
A
governor?
big dais.
Good job. It's not an easy one, is it?
Isn't it funny how he can remember people's names and then he recognizes them when he finds them?
Mm-hmm.
I wish for the days that a president could do that. Those are behind us now. Oh wait, it could be in front.
Hey, stand up. Oh, you're in a wheelchair. Sorry. Moving on.
Let's stand up and clap for you. That's right. You died last week, and it has,
God, what a waste.
not just once, folks. Not just once, but twice.
Yeah.
But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams,
There we
good
go.
luck with everything. They went after you.
Yeah, they did.
They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I do that. 9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration. He's going to be
they
indicted
finally got in
any
focus.
moment. And guess what happened? But
He's
you're going to
gonna be
win.
indicted
I think
any
you're gonna
moment,
win.
yeah.
I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished, got so many friends up here. It's great. A lot of great friends. Some of my best friends. And you are right, they are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it. I also want to thank my very beautiful wife, and thank you for mentioning, but can you believe this? She did a book, and it's a really good book, and she worked hard on it, and it just became #1 on the New York Times list, so I think that's okay.
Now I want you to consider the difference here between Melania and how they treat her, and Dr. Jill. They never panned to her. They never showed her. Nobody's even. I bet you most people don't even know she's written a book. Or
I
how
didn't know
brilliant
until I
she is.
saw the speech, actually.
Yeah, or how brilliant she is.
The woman is gorgeous. She's got brains. She don't need no man.
No.
She's choosing to be with Donald.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all there is to it.
But if the cabbage in chief was up there, we can probably go back and look at when he was on there, and he mentioned Dr. Jill, they would pan to her. and show her, "Oh, Joe, you did so good. You answered all the questions. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?" But he's talking about how her book became a #1 bestseller, and they don't even frickin' pan on her.
Well, I don't know if they panned on anybody.
They
to
could
be
barely
honest.
even get it. I don't want to mention who posted this, but it starts with an F and rhymes with orbs. You would think that they would be able to at least focus their dang lens.
Yeah.
Watch how many times they're out of focus, but they never pan on her. It's the craziest thing.
That's not an easy thing to do, especially when your name is Trump and you're on the New York Times list.
That's for
that thing-
sure.
That must be selling like hotcakes. But thank you for mentioning. I appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy.
Yes.
They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me.
Peanuts.
And you're going to be okay. But I have to be careful, however, to
They do
understand that
eventually pan
this
on
will
him,
be
too.
the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and
Okay, props on that, though, because the whole Mary Catherine gag, that was an improv.
Right.
Where the jokes will be fact-checked, because that's what Kamala and Mary Catherine, yeah. That was an improv. He does that. He does that.
He does it a lot.
Republican candidates for president of the United States to attend this dinner. It's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there. You can't do what I just saw on that screen. But my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event, and in particular to our great Catholic community. Very disrespectful.
He's not reading that from a card,
No.
because they didn't know that until they wrote into a speech.
The last Democrat not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale, and it did not go very well for him. He lost 49 states and he won one, Minnesota. So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true. Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected
I
to
thought it
do
was
well,
Dukakis. I'm
Oh.
and
sorry.
it didn't
Yeah,
work
I
out.
don't remember Mondale either, so. Oh, we missed a joke.
It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that are questioning it.
I think this is one of the best jokes of the night.
So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true. Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that are questioning it. I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time on it.
With the Glock.
In any event, it's a weird. You know the word weird.
Yeah. he
They
throws
call
that in
me
my
weird.
face.
They call JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrat candidate is not here and with us tonight. I want to also congratulate somebody's going to make us all healthy. RFK Jr., we love you. I don't
Is
see
he
him. He's
there?
campaigning all over the place. He's campaigning. You're all over. Hello, you both. Nice to see you both. You're doing a good job. He's a great guy, too. He
Are you
really is.
hearing
He's
the
gonna make us a
cheering?
healthier place. We're going to let him go wild for a little
Well,
while. Then I'm gonna
Kennedys
have to maybe
are a
rein him
legendary
back.
Democratic Catholics. So
Because he's got some pretty wild ideas, but most of them are really good, I think.
He does have some wild
he
ideas.
does some awful
He's
stuff.
a good man. And he
I just find it fascinating how people are like hooting and laughing and clapping, and then you go to Morning Joe and they're like, oh, they booed him the entire time. They hated him. He couldn't get a laugh. And then he felt so bad. He started
Wait a
self-deprecating.
minute. Morning Schmo is still on the air?
Yeah.
Why?
I
Why don't they replace it
He-
with like reruns of Hazel
he
or
is the
The
most
Price is Right or something?
bitter, unhappy. You look at his face. And the sad thing is, he is transforming into a woman. You look at his face from what he used to look like back when he was, a Republican-ish. He never was really, because
No, but he was a journalist in the true sense. He's more
kinda.
balanced.
I wouldn't use the. He was in the neighborhood,
Right.
but you look at him now, and his eyes are wild. He looks like a cat lady. His eyes are wild. He comes up. I mean,
I don't want to watch it enough to notice.
oh, it's it's
they're
actually
awful.
it's actually frightening. Frightening the difference that TDS has made on him. It's
He believes the environment, the healthy people. He wants healthy people. He wants healthy food. And he's going to do it.
God
He's going to have a
forbid.
big chance to do it because we do need that. I would not have missed the Al Smith dinner for anything in the world. I still remember coming here as a very young guy with my father, Fred. He was a great guy, my father. He was a tough cookie, but he had a very big heart. He was, anytime we'd walk down the street, and you don't see it too much
Chucky's
anymore.
eyes
There'd
are
be
like
people standing with
evil.
tin cans.
He's like scary
tin
looking every
cans,
time
and
you
he would
see his
always
eyes.
take out $100 and put it in that
just-
can. And I always thought it was beautiful. And frankly, I even think more so now it was
Who's the
beautiful. 'cause
scowly
nowadays
guy
you don't
on
see
his
it so much.
I
But
don't
right
know.
I
shoulder?
miss him,
Some
and
people
we
in the
used
Al
to come
Smith
here
organization. I have no
very
idea.
religiously. And a great New York tradition has been born 79 years ago. It was born 79 years ago, and there are some people that were here for almost that length. I know many of them, and it's not a pretty picture. The
Ouch.
two candidates for president are supposed to exchange good-natured barbs, and we get along very well. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. And now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. I can't stand her.
They have issues with that. It's like, oh, he only likes people he's not running against. Well, duh.
It's actually he's being funny, but he's also speaking the truth.
Well, yeah, like
Why would
duh.
you like your opponent?
yeah, that makes and she doesn't. I mean, nobody
Yeah.
gives her any grief for it, but
No, of course not.
I think it's hilarious that Biden was a better candidate. The guy's completely brain dead, and yet Kamala's even worse.
Yeah, she's dead from the neck up. But
Yeah, well, I mean, Biden's always been known as being dumb, but he could string 3 words together.
Right.
He may tell the same story over and over and over again. He might change the details of that story. Now he just makes up story. But she can't even carry on a simple conversation. She can't even order Doritos at a at a convenience store. I mean, everything with her has to be absolutely scripted, and even then she's it's just ugh. Anyways, I thought that was funny that Biden was a better candidate.
Never liked people that I was competing against.
Well, you shouldn't.
When you do, a lot of bad things happen.
Yeah.
And we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me.
We'll be voting this
Just remember.
Saturday.
You better
We'll figure out
remember
where-
I'm
where
here,
again.
and she's not. I could have done that too. But you do something that's incredible.
In fact, if you live in the Waco area, we will post the link to all the early voting sites and times and everything. So
Absolutely.
I know that's a really small audience, but hey, that's a good place to start. But also, it'll give you an example of where you can find it in your local area.
There you go.
Vote, people.
Vote.
Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed. She would have been here. Guaranteed.
That was a smack.
She would have been okay. She would have been okay with that. But I know this isn't my normal crowd tonight because it just isn't. It's not my normal
It just
crowd.
isn't.
Believe me, my normal crowd is younger. Has a
He
lot
cracked
more
up
energy.
sourpuss behind him.
But you have certain advantages too, like cash, lots of cash. But many of you are Manhattan liberals from the media and the Democrat Party. I always say the Democrat, Chuck doesn't like that. He likes Democratic, and it sounds much more beautiful. The Democratic Party. I always say the Democrat Party because it sounds worse. It is true. He likes Democratic.
Chuck's
Why
cracking
don't
up.
they just change the name? This way, it is Democrat. But I must say I was
cracked up sourpuss
shocked when I
behind
heard
him.
that Kamala was skipping the Al Smith dinner. I'd really hoped that she would come because we can't get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh. She laughs like crazy. We would recognize it any place in this room, and all polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote.
Oh.
As I should be. But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Okay, so you said you were going to explain that to me.
I was. Okay, so I need to find this for you because if you don't know what that is about, she did a TikTok with a, influencer. So basically some useless, person who I
Sits
don't
at a
even know who
computer,
they
yeah.
are. But basically the influencer is on her knees and Gretchen Whitmer is feeding her a Dorito like it's communion. And they
Oh,
think
for
it's
God's sake.
adorable. And
So it's blasphemous.
It's really blasphemous.
Oh, well, how fun is that?
Let's see, Whitmer Dorito.
Well, you can show that to me offline.
Yeah, we
too.
we can watch it afterwards because
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up where
Right,
we are.
got a
But
flow. We got a nice flow going.
yeah, and I'll show it to you later. It's
Okay.
it's pretty vile. It's
I heard about
pretty vile. I can't seem to find. I just wanted to show. I mean, it's a really quick TikTok, but you can't find. Yeah, you can find like gobs and gobs and gobs of commentary
Right, but not
about
the video
her
itself, of
doing
course.
it. But yeah,
Okay, that's
so
fine.
basically, I mean, you can get an idea here of, and then she stares into the camera with a straight face, like she's so important. Yeah, it's pretty vile. So that went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And for Trump's team, he has got a crack team if they were on top of that. And hopefully they explained to him what that was. Some people probably understood that, but that was really on top of current events.
Cool.
That's not a pretty sight.
No.
But Catholics, please don't be too insulted by Kamala's absence. If the Democrats, yeah, he says, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
I wish I could hear what that guy said.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
If Democrats really wanted to have someone not be with us this evening, they would have just sent Joe Biden.
Ouch!
Oh, that was sexy.
Zing!
That was beautiful.
He's having second thoughts, you know that, right? He wants to come back. If she does any worse in the polls, they're going to bring him back again, I think. Chuck, he's going to do it. He's the one that got him out. That's the guy. Much more so than Crazy Nancy, I will tell you. Because I know him. He did it. Joe has almost disappeared from view. The only way he could be seen less is if he had a show on CNN. They have nothing. They've got nothing. Fake news, right? Fake. That term wasn't good. They say that term is no longer in vogue because it's much worse than fake. I don't want to tell you what the real name is. I won't do it.
Propaganda.
Because all those cameras would shut off immediately. They don't
Yeah.
like that. But
It's
apparently Joe
propaganda.
didn't think it was fair for me to have the podium to myself with Kamala skipping the event. So he called, looked at me, and said, "Don't." Does anybody understand that? Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was actually very good until just now. It was announced this morning that
Okay, so the only other person I've ever seen make fun of their own jokes when it didn't work was Johnny Carson.
That's true. He was a master at it.
Yeah, and then he would make you laugh because
Right.
he's like, okay, the joke was this bad and blah, 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 and then he'll tell a joke about how bad the joke was, which is then funny.
Yeah, he was.
Trump just did that.
I know.
That was an ad-lib.
That's not very many comics do that very well.
Yeah.
So
I love the fact that we're going to have a stand-up comedian as president. I would have voted Robin Williams. Can you imagine Robin Williams
Oh,
and
he would have
Vladimir
been great.
Putin?
He would have been
Oh
great.
my gosh.
At a funeral yesterday in a rare moment of clarity, Joe told Barack Hussein Obama that, quote, only a few people got that. Or as Rush Limbaugh used to say, Barack Hussein Obama, remember? He was a piece of work, we miss him. But as he told Barack Hussein Obama, quote, she's not as strong as me. She's not as strong. Do you understand that? And Obama agreed, saying, that's true. Other than that, I think the Democrats are getting along quite well. Right? Nobody got that one. The fact is, we need new leadership in this country. Right now, we have someone in the White House who can barely talk, barely put together two coherent sentences, who seems to have mental faculties of a child, it's said. There's a person that has nothing going, no intelligence whatsoever, but enough about Kamala Harris. Let's get on to something.
That was good.
I know Kamala's word because she spends a lot of time complaining. I won't agree to another debate. But the truth is, I've debated twice this year, once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC.
That's so true.
That was amazing, 11 times. None for the other side. Do you think that's fair news? I don't think so. That's fake news. I don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. It's going to be very interesting. It just started. It's actually, isn't it sort of exciting? Right? It really, isn't it just exciting what's going on? It's a process. It's a rough process, too. Not so pretty, and yet sometimes very beautiful. But the press is reporting that Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking. They are panicking because, you know, the votes that are coming in very, very strong, a certain way. I won't tell you.
And it's true, the votes that are coming in early, they're...
Leaning heavily towards a certain orange-haired dude.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is all these mail-in ballots are just going to magically appear like last time. They've already said that they won't certify it. They've already said that. Mm-hmm. And then they said, oh, there's going to be violence. Well, we didn't riot.
Right.
Did you notice that when they literally stole the election, and we're allowed to say this now because this was censored into oblivion, when they literally stole the election and bragged about it and laughed about it and, you know, pointed their finger into our chest and just laughed in our face, there was no rioting. No cities were burned down. The closest you got was January 6th, which was a cakewalk.
Right.
When Donald Trump was elected president, they don't play this footage anymore, but it's out there. They memory hold this. They tried to burn down D.C. Mm-hmm. There were riots, there was looting, there were fires. They've memory hold that. Mm-hmm. And now they are threatening that again and trying to place the blame on us.
No.
And the do-nothing Republicans will let them do it again.
No doubt.
So when he said, no, we're not going to allow this, and I'll get the military involved if we have to calm down the riots, they're saying, oh, he's going to sick the military on citizens. Oh, he's a dictator. How did Evil Knievel could not make that leap?
No, because he's dead.
Well, there's that. But dead people can do a lot of things. Dead people can be president of the United States of America.
That's true. We have one now.
Never underestimate the power of dead people.
Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum.
He's like happy about it. God, he's
But look on the
so
bright
evil
side,
looking.
Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president.
That's my favorite joke of the night.
And
So
I
you
actually
got rules
said,
for that.
do you mind if I do that? He said, no, you got to do what you got to do. He's a pro. He's a professional. No, he's a good man, actually. I hate to say it.
It's good, man. I hate this.
Don't ever use it against me, please. I'll say this dinner was really setting me back when I say that. But I've known him a long time. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know it?
is
Are
a
some of
great
you here?
line.
White Dudes for Harris. Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
So true.
Every one of those people is voting.
Every one of them.
And as you may have seen, Kamala did an interview on Fox News yesterday. It went so poorly for her that the Democrats have been forced to install another 100 drop boxes throughout the city. And the upside really is Kamala now sees the benefit of deportation. She wants to deport people. She's vicious. She wants to deport people, and she wants to start by deporting Brett Baer of Fox. It's an interesting interview last night. Huh? A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband Doug anywhere near the nannies. Just keep them away.
Oh.
That's a nasty one. That's nasty. I told these idiots that gave me this stuff, that's too tough. Oh, I did. You know, they told me the last time I did this, I was running against Crooked Hillary. And, I mean Hillary.
I
was running against Crooked Hillary, and I did it. And I thought it was a roast. So I was told it's a roast. And I had the meanest guy you've ever seen write stuff up. And man, was the room angry. Even the Cardinal remembers. I went overboard. Don't you agree, Cardinal? It was like terrible. And I knew I was in trouble around midway through because, you know, people had not, even my own side was angry at me. They were saying, it's too much. But I did it anyway. I didn't give it. Campaigning can take a toll on a family and family life, although I hear that Kamala and her husband carve out some really beautiful alone time at the end of the day for an intimate dinner, just Doug, her, and the teleprompter that she uses quite well. And by the way, she wouldn't have liked this tonight if she was told about no teleprompter. I can't believe I saw a teleprompter. They said they've never had a teleprompter in the history of this dinner. I told that to the Cardinal, right? And then a teleprompter pops up for, he must be a very important comedian to get that. They give you one, but not me. How about that one? Huh? Come here. Yeah, and you did a good job. Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening.
This is great.
So here it goes. Nope. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say. I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have been shooting at me for a hell of a long time. You know, they say about presidents, they say that Andrew Jackson was the president that was the most meanly treated. His wife died. She died of heartache. She was heartbroken at the way they treated him. And they say that second was Abraham Lincoln, but he was in charge of a civil war, you know.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But those were the two. Andrew
He
Jackson.
might be too.
Up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly
He's right.
as me, and our people aren't happy about it. But I was treated a little bit rough.
A little bit.
But I don't mind it somehow, and I think it's just part of the game. I'd like to thank our...
I love how he can go from hyperbole to a little bit rough.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally firing on him.
Yeah.
They're literally suing him for absolutely ridiculous things, which, by the way, have been completely thrown out.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that anywhere in the media?
No.
The case it went up to the next level of court, and they're like, there's no crime here, and threw it out. But 25 times felon. Yeah, it got thrown out.
34, best number ever.
Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here because I think we got all the best jokes that we could possibly get.
He was on fire.
He was on fire, and his team is amazing.
Yeah, whoever wrote his
really on top of current events, really nailing the competition, and It was funny. It was comic gold. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we just beat it to death for almost an hour, but it was really,
It was worth
really
it. I
good.
mean, but yeah, you'll want to watch the rest of it because he's a combination of harsh and gracious.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he treated Chuck, all the jokes, and obviously he did ask Chuck if it was okay to do the first woman president joke.
Yeah.
You know,
He said he did.
but
So.
so yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, it was funny. I was laughing all the way through, and anybody who watches that and doesn't laugh just doesn't have a soul. And I don't have a soul right now because it's at the dealership. So,
Yeah.
folks, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Drop everything
Ow.
and head on over to CounterCultureWISE.com to help us out and get our car. I miss my baby. I want my car back. And, buy our crap, poke around. If you're hating what you're hearing, fill out the ID10T form. We will give it the
But
attention that it
tell the
deserves.
friends with whom you completely disagree then. to
Yeah,
listen
yeah,
to
there
our
you
show.
go. Yeah, tell people you hate. And if you are enjoying it, tell people you like. And like, share, subscribe,
And
do all the things.
I also want to put in a word for our increasingly great interview series.
Yeah.
We've been having some great interviews, and we've decided, for numerous reasons, to record them and post them separately from this show because the vast majority of our guests are not politically oriented in one way
Yeah,
or another.
and
We want to
we've-
just keep it entertaining at different levels. So
Well, that and availability and everything,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we get better views. And this week we interviewed Sylvia Lurch, who is the author of a book called Grasp the Nettle, which
Great read.
I sincerely enjoyed. I might have fangirled a
you
little bit.
fangirled a lot.
Kind of hard. Lovely lady, an octogenarian in Australia, in the outback of Australia.
None of the modern conveniences.
Yeah,
So-
but she has lived an amazing life.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from getting her pilot's license to traveling the world. Her book is brilliant and has so much nuance. So I highly recommend it. So you will really enjoy this interview. That will be out Wednesday or Thursday, and keep
And in
keep
the
that
meantime,
in mind.
Yeah, in the meantime, listen to some of our other recent ones. Just there's so many fun
Yeah,
interviews, so many fun subjects, musicians.
Yeah, Callie was insane.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
Callie was
so much
was
fun.
great. Michelle, the other day, Michelle Slater, she was
Yeah,
fantastic.
with the dog,
Yeah, the
soulmate dog,
Soulmate
and
dog
we got
author.
a lot of really good feedback on that.
Yeah.
It was very heartfelt. I mean, that's the thing. When you come on our show, if you are a performer, we're going to watch your performances and get to know you a little bit. If you're an author, we are going to read your book, and we're going to be honest about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're like, this was interesting and whatever, and let you speak. Other times it's like, I totally fangirled on her. It was a really good book. And we had the climbing kid, Sam.
we had the author of
So much fun.
The Weight Behind the Spear. I mean,
Yeah,
so many
really
great
good
interviews
book.
over the last couple of months.
Yeah, we
So
really
you-
get lucky, and what's
Yeah.
really nice is we're not gonna have Stephen King or whatever. Who cares about him? We're gonna have people who are writing books that are, and we have turned down interviews. We have turned them down because every now and then, in fact, we have one coming up that I'm not going to name any names, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be a difficult interview because the pitch is not matching the product,
Right.
and so
And that happens sometimes, but
once in a blue
we're-
moon. But we're
But
still going to be fair.
we're gracious. We're
Yeah.
fair. We like to have fun. We don't do the gotcha thing on this show.
No.
Because Melanie was a victim of a gotcha thing
Oh,
once,
yeah.
and we've talked about it a number
And
of
then
times.
it got-
Mario.
And
Anyway,
then it got, hey now. And
Hey
then
now.
it got, he doesn't have a podcast
No,
anymore.
he doesn't.
Nobody watched it.
He doesn't have a
because when
studio
you're-
anymore. I
When
don't
you're that
think-
awful,
yeah.
people
You treat your
aren't
guests
gonna-
like crap. You're
Yeah.
gonna have 2 shows,
and
maybe.
lie about them and just
Yeah.
flat out lie about them
Yeah.
and then crop it and pretend like, everything you said didn't happen. Well, it did. So anyways, we don't want to talk smack about anybody because our guests are incredible. We have
Exactly.
so much fun with our interviews. This one is one of the few. Usually we don't edit our interviews. We just play them straight. This one's going to need a little bit of editing because we have a dog emergency in the middle of it. It's not quite like the one with where there's a scorpion attacking me in the middle of it. We had to leave that in because they were still talking just matter of fact while I'm like, battling a scorpion with my sword and my shield and my
And a
bug spray.
gigantic can of Raid.
Yeah. But this one, we had like a dog emergency in the background and a bunch of other crazy things going on. So there will be probably a pause in the middle of it, but it's not because she said anything wrong. She was brilliant and darling. That's a good word. She was darling and very just bright and intelligent and fun and very progressive.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, you don't think of an octogenarian as having these ideas. So the book is a very small, very short read, but it's very
intense.
deep.
It's deep and
so you'll
intense.
hear more about that on the interview. So do tune in.
Tune in to the sidecar.
No, it's like it's 1:00 at night. We want to turn in.
It's really late.
Do tune in for our next interview because she is wonderful. She is Sylvia Lurch, the author of Grasp the Nettle, Australian Country
more
Life
coming
in the
up.
1920s. It's a very good first-hand account of what it was like to be a basically bought bride in the 1920s. And she touches on a lot of things that you don't expect to be touched on.
Yeah, there are some surprising twists if you read deeply enough. But we're talking too much about it. Please.
Please do listen because we don't want to have the whole interview here before you see the interview.
Right.
So, all right, let's head on into my favorite segment of the show.
CounterCultureWISE is proud to present News of the Weird and Wonderful. Here are your hosts, Melanie Hope and Jim Monis.
I still love that animation.
I'm glad you do. It's technically not an animated, it's just drawing. I haven't animated us yet, but soon to debut is the animated version. Well, you saw him.
Yes.
Of Frankie.
The Frank.
You just blink.
I was
I'm
waiting
like,
for you to finish the sentence.
I was waiting for you to finish the sentence.
We were actually waiting to finish each other's sentence?
Yeah.
The what?
We get along because we finish each other's
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Bugles. Yeah, bugles.
You
Been
hands
eating
off my
bugles all
bugles,
weekend.
doughboy. Gosh,
I've loved those things ever since I was a kid. I just love
they're
them.
pure evil.
Oh,
You know
they're
what? I never imbibed a bugle until my 40s.
No, I was
mom
in
was
my
a health
I was
nut.
in my 6 or 7 is when I
You're 6 or 7. You're
yeah.
single digits.
They started around the same time I did, so yeah,
Oh,
they've
my.
been a constant.
Okay, well, this one's interesting. You want to run with it?
Yep. The Popo in Texas are attempting to solve the mystery of a large safe that
Popo.
was dumped at the side of the road on a cul-de-sac. Bexar County Sheriff's Office. The Bexar
Have
County
another
Sheriff's
beer there,
Office.
Jim.
I haven't even opened it yet. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office said the locked safe was found on the cul-de-sac of Stevens Parkway,
It's
and who cares
locked?
about it? Yeah,
And it's just a safe.
and it's just a safe.
Do you think
It's
it fell off the back of a moving truck? Inside information.
Witnesses described the person who dumped the safe, smart Alec, as a man between the ages of 50 and 60, and driving a newer model Chevrolet Silverado truck. Oh, I'm off the hook.
So they actually saw this guy.
Yeah. The driver exited the truck and pulled a large combination safe from the bed of the truck, the sheriff's office said. He dumped it on the side of the road.
It's
The
a bomb.
contents of the safe remain a mystery. That's all there was to say about it.
Wait, we don't know anything else?
Nope.
Oh.
Mystery safe. Are you
and this
ready
was-
for your mystery safe?
This is 2 days ago, so do you think maybe
Well, let's see what we can find.
Bexar County safe? And they'll be like, flag say COVID
The city of
response
San Antonio was completely destroyed today by
by a giant nuclear
safe.
bomb that need a gun lock or safe. But okay, they're not giving me mystery safe dumped on side of road.
same article we just read from, I think.
Yeah, there's no update. This is the weirdest thing. How is there no update? And the contents remain a mystery. I mean, Why is nobody asking about this? Why is this not? Is there
This kind of story drives Melanie berserk.
well, yeah, no, they're like derp-de-dur, locked safe. Okay, what's for breakfast? I'm like, no, what is in the safe? What's in the safe? You can't just say derp-de-dur.
Why not? I do it all the time.
Okay, well, we have a Facebook post here, so let's see what.
What?
I'm so upset about this. How can you just have? This is wrong. Wrong, I tell you. Okay, let me zoom in on the. Oh no, click on the right thing. Zoom in. I'm the one pressing all the buttons. If you're wondering why our technology sucks so bad, it's my fault. Attempting to identify Silver Silverado, possibly 2022. Blah blah blah. Cul-de-sac, yardy yardy. Male, light complexion, wearing a hat. Age between 50-60, approximately 5'10", 200.
It was down to
Exited
about
the truck pulled a
500,000
large
people.
combination safe from the bed of the truck. He dumped it on the side of the road. Witness believes the truck had circular symbol on the license, possibly a military plate. Circular symbol. That sounds kind of marine-y to me. You have are you seeing a Silverado that I don't know about?
I wish I had a Silverado I didn't know about.
Me too.
That'd be wonderful.
I really
I
wish I
would
did.
love to have a Chevy Silverado.
Reminder.
Hey,
Head on over to
donate to our
CounterCultureWISE,
Chevy
yeah.
Silverado Fund,
Yeah.
also known as the Ram 1500 Fund or the
Fix the Kia
Ford
fund.
F-150 Fund or any
Fix
old
the Kia
any old
fund.
darn pickup
Okay, so
fund.
a partial license plate was reported to include HZ and maybe 14B were the last digits. If you have any, okay, has there been an update? They need to take it to the SAPD training place for the next explosive. See, I'm not the only one thinking,
Yeah.
that's my $100,000 and 100 gold bars in the safe. Really? Yeah, the Mona Lisa. I watch too many scary movies. My mind goes straight to, don't open it. It's probably some cursed doll or object they're trying to get rid of. Well, no, if it was a cursed doll or object you're trying to get rid of, you wouldn't put it at the side of the road. You'd put it at the bottom of the lake.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Anybody who's lived in Las Vegas knows that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but you have to go out to the middle of the lake because when when the water dries up, a lot of things get found, as we've reported.
Numerous
The
times.
circular symbol could be a handicap plate. Check the traffic lights. Duh.
Circular
Seriously,
symbol
you're
could be a
not going to tell us
pentagram. Who
what's in
knows?
it? I know. Seriously, you're not going to tell us what's in it? Can't you run the serial number of the safe to find out who the owner is? Just a question. Only the safe were reported sold and the owner knew the serial number. A few weeks ago, a guy on the far north next door app asked if someone could dispose of a safe. I wonder if he paid someone and they dumped it.
Huh.
It might be that simple.
Yeah.
It might just be like an old safe he didn't want. I don't know who Natalia Ray is. What's in the box? Makes me think of the movie The Lovely Bones. Eerie to say the least. It's full of cash. It's mine. Just kidding. Just kidding. Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it. Tons of other dumping going on. Far worse than safes. I want to know what's in the safe. Vice found stupid crap about the president. They always have to stick. Always has to stick a bunch of garbage in there. Yeah. So we're just not going to update people on the safe.
I'm at the point now where I'm not going to even bother to look anymore.
It's been 2 days. Come on, folks. It's been 2 days. You can't just leave us hanging. Mr. Gonzalez has been located as well. That's good. He looks happy. October career day is happening. Yeah, career fair, don't care. Nope. That's it. Attempted it. That's all we get. No updates. All right, folks. Well, CounterCultureWISE will keep up on this. And
Will we? Do we gotta?
Yes, we
I'm
gotta,
sorry we
because
even bothered.
I'm not gonna sleep at night knowing that, not knowing what was in the dang safe. I mean, who could seriously? Who could possibly not want to know what's in that safe? I'm just what?
It's like that cat in the memes. Huh?
What? What? Just, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Okay.
This one's
go.
courtesy of Sadie.
The satyrs. There's only one black doggy in the whole thing. There's only one black doggy, so that would be the satyrs.
It would.
What is he racist? Why is there only one black? Is that the token black doggy?
I don't know.
All right, a canine-loving Canadian broke a Guinness World Record by taking 38 dogs on a single walk for over half a mile. Mitchell Rudy led a pack of 38 leashed pooches on a 0.6-mile walk to break the Guinness World Record for the most dogs walked simultaneously by an individual. I wonder what the previous holder
Previous
of
was
that.
36.
Oh, it's right there. The previous record of 36
Right there.
dogs. Well, South Korea. I'll be darned. And then they had a really good lunch.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Well, enough about that.
The dogs participating in Rudy's attempt were provided by the Korean Canine Rescue Shelter. Why are we still in Korea? Was he a Korean?
Yeah.
No, he's a Canadian. So why was a Korean shelter giving them the dogs? All of the dogs, some of them are from the puppy mill industry. Oh, babies.
That's why. They said they were
Some of
saved
them are
the-
from former meat harvesting areas. Okay, so we're not being racist here. It's true. Rudy told this guy, these are the dogs that have been rescued by KK9R, which I was going to get us a golden through that. Frankie, you cannot have the microphone, honey.
Come on, moms. I just want to play with it a little.
Yeah, well, you are playing with it a little, but you're bopping it away from Dad, and now you're chomping on Dad.
That's what I get for being playful.
He's a little
He when he gets really happy,
Venus flykitty.
he is not. He likes to nibble and scratch, but it's always in fun. He's purring like crazy the whole time.
Is he
it's
purring
not.
right now?
Oh
He's
yeah.
like upside down and grabbing Jim's hand and shoving it in his face. Nom, nom, nom,
I
nom,
don't
nom.
just shove it in your face.
Yeah, now.
All right,
be
Frankie,
nice.
be nice.
Be
Be
nice,
nice.
Frankie. You love your
Your
mom.
cartoon's coming up soon.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. That's a lot of stigma around rescues. They're great animals. They deserve a good home. They just need a little bit of love. He said his record attempt was aimed at promoting dog adoption. Yay! We wanted to do something that made these dogs be the best champions that they are. And I did bring up the video here. You're not going to hear the sound just because you're not. But there he is, walking all the woggies. Aw, they're all rescued woggies. Look at them.
Beautiful
Lots of
dogs.
mixed woggies. One black woggy. Just one black. Aw, look at the babies. Good for him. And he raised a lot of awareness. And they're all really good dogs. And they're all getting along. And that's not easy. I've walked 5 dogs at once. And
Walking one dog at once is kind of difficult.
Well, that's for you. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know, you and your marine training.
I'm no leader. They got me figured out moment one.
The leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
vroom. Look
Aw,
out, look out,
at that.
look out,
All
look
the
out.
different leashes. I hope every single one of those woggies got adopted. Congratulations. I'm going to give you like a
That's
thumbs up.
wonderful.
Yes. All right. Your turn.
My time. To boldly croak where no frog has gone before.
No frog has gone before.
Picture this, knee deep in the stingy, bitey, steamy jungles of Madagascar.
You did not just say knee deep.
Knee deep,
Knee deep.
knee deep. Hey, it's what was in there. I didn't even think about it until...
That's what we got to work with, folks.
Knee deep in the big muddy, knee deep in the stingy,
Stingy, not
not
stingy.
I said it right the first
Stingy
time.
bitey.
Steamy jungles of Madagascar. You and your
Stingy
research.
bitey steamy. You got
Yeah,
to say
that's
it all
right.
3 together. It's not right.
Stingy bitey steamy.
There we
Jungles
go.
of Madagascar. Please don't make me say that again.
One more
You and
time
your-
for
no.
those in the back.
Knee deep in the knee deep in the stingy, bitey, steamy jungles of Madagascar. You and your research team discover 7 new species of frog. What do you name them?
7?
7 new
7
species.
new species of frog.
Absolutely. Inspired by the various sounds of American sci-fi films and television, 7 tree frogs that make otherworldly sounds were named after characters from Star Trek.
All captains. Nice.
All the captains. The international team of scientists said their high-pitched whistling calls are like sound effects from the iconic sci-fi series. All 7 new animals come from the frog genus Bufus.
That
B-O-O.
means you get to boop them on the nose.
I don't know if
You're from the genius boopus.
and emit bird-like whistling sounds in their communication with other frogs rather than croaks. According to Professor Miguel Vences, a Trekkie to some degree, such whistling sounds are often used in the classic sci-fi franchise. That's why we named the frogs after Kirk, Picard, Sisko, Janeway, Archer, Burnham, and Pike.
That's awesome.
That is bad. That is cool. 7 of the
Okay,
most...
now I need to hear the chirping. Do we have a video of the chirping?
I don't know. I didn't check that. Assistant Professor Mark Schurz of the Natural History Museum of
I
Denmark.
like that Pike got in there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Only hardcore Trekkies would even know who that is.
he's the original. He was
He's
the
the OG.
He was the
Beep,
OG,
beep, beep,
OG
beep,
leader
beep,
of the.
beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. Joke, while there wasn't any phasers or stars in the rainforest of Madagascar, there's quite a lot of trekking. A few species are found in places accessible to tourists, but to find several of these species, we had to undertake major expeditions to remote forest fragments and mountain peaks, said Schurz. That's a real sense of scientific discovery and exploration here, which we think is in the spirit of Star Trek. He explained that the otherworldly calls of the frogs are known as advertisement calls, a type of self-promotion that may convey information about the male frog's suitability as a mate to females. That is so cool. So yeah, they named him after the famous Star Trek captains.
That
That's
is really cool.
amazing.
That and that they get the just
Yeah, I wish
they
now
get to
now
do
I
it.
really want to hear the sounds,
But
but
if they
this
all, I mean, if they all
article
look
doesn't.
the same and they all sound the same, how are they all different species?
They all well, just look at the two in the photo. They're quite different looking.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be the same frog from different angles at different times of the day. I mean, what do I know about frogs? I know they're adorable.
They're cute. We got a lot of them around our neighborhood.
Yes, we do. We got a lot of really weird things around our neighborhood.
Yeah, a lot of really weird people, but that's another story for another time.
That's another story for another time.
All right. Well,
All
I
right.
want this kind of obituary written for me when I conk out.
I might be able to oblige.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. Son's hilarious obituary for his father goes viral. A final tribute for laughs. We definitely want humor. Definitely. When Robert Adolph Boehm, who names their child Adolf, seriously, even as a middle name, passed away on October 6th, he left behind not just a family, but a lifetime of colorful stories, witty remarks, and more than a few head-scratching moments. It was quickly gone viral. Robert's son wrote a hilarious, one-of-a-kind obituary that perfectly captures the humor, unpredictability, and eccentricity that defined his father's life. Do we get to read it? Here we go.
This is what he wrote. Robert Adolph Boehm, in accordance with his lifelong dedication to his own personal brand of decorum, muttered his last unintelligible and likely unnecessary curse on October 6, 2024, shortly before tripping backward over some stupid mother thing and hitting his head on the floor.
Is that really how he died?
I think so. Robert was born in Winters, Texas, to the late Walter Boehm and Betty Smith on May 6, 1950, after which God immediately and thankfully broke the mold and attempted to cover up the evidence. Raised Catholic, Robert managed to get his wife Diane pregnant 3 times, fast enough to just barely miss getting drafted into the Vietnam War by fathering Michelle, John, and Charlotte between 1967 and 1972. Much later, with Robert possibly concerned about the brewing conflict in Grenada, Charles was born in 1983. Oh boy. This lack of military service was probably for the best, as when taking up shooting as a hobby in his later years, he managed to blow not one but 2 holes in the dash of his own car on 2 separate
Oh, my
occasions,
dear.
which unfortunately did not even startle, let alone surprise, his dear wife Diane, who was much accustomed to such happenings in his presence and may have actually been safer in the jungles of Vietnam the entire time. While the world was in conflict elsewhere, Robert made do by learning to roof, maintain traffic signs with the city of Amarillo, and eventually becoming a semi-professional truck driver. Not to be confused with a professional semi-truck driver.
Nicely done.
With peace on the horizon, Robert's attention somewhat counterintuitively drifted to weapons of war, spanning the historical and geographical spectrum from the atlatl of 19,000 BC France to the Siambok of 1830s Africa to the Mosin-Nagant M1891 of World War II era Soviet Union. So many examples of these mainstream hobbyist items litter his small Clarendon, Texas apartment that one of them may very well have been the item referenced in his aforementioned eloquent final epitaph. A man of many interests, Robert was not to be entranced by historical weapons alone, but also had a penchant for fashion, frequently seen about town wearing the latest trend in homemade leather moccasins, a wide collection of unconventional hats, and boldly mismatched shirts and pants.
Oh, dear.
Got after my own heart. Robert also
Yeah.
kept a wide selection of harmonicas on hand, not to play personally, but to prompt his beloved dogs to howl continuously at odd hours of the night, to entertain his many neighbors, and occasionally to give to his many, many, many grandchildren and great-grandchildren to play loudly during long road trips with their parents.
My mom always gave away noisemaker toys for Christmas and stuff to my cousins with small children just because she knew they. I remember one year when Colton was very, very little, and now he's all grown up.
Colton's
and,
her nephew.
And now he's all grown up. He's in his mid-20s. But Colton was really little, and he was the first. So that's my cousin's first child. And they're coming over for Christmas, and Mom always got everybody presents. So the whole huge family would get together, and there would be a billion presents under the tree. And she got Colton this. It was huge. This thing must have been 5 feet long. Fire truck with the ladder that goes up and all
the
the
bells that clangs
sirens
and
and
the
all,
sirens.
yeah. And you could press a button. It's like, fire, fire, firehouse number blah, blah. This thing made so much noise. And Mom's like, enjoy taking it home, Colton. Knowing that the kid's going to play with it at home and drive Mom crazy. Yeah, she did that on purpose. She
Of
loved
course she
doing that.
did.
Okay, many, many, many harmonicas, loud
Yes,
trips.
parents.
Okay.
Earlier this year in February, God finally showed mercy upon Diane, getting her the hell out of there for some well-earned peace and quiet. Without Diane to gleefully entertain, Robert shifted his creative focus to the entertainment of you, the fine townspeople of Clarendon, Texas. Over the last 8 months, if you have not met Robert or seen his road show yet, you probably would have soon. We have all done our best to enjoy / weather Robert's antics up to this point, but he is God's problem now.
Oh, did Diane, his wife?
Yeah, Diane died.
She died. Okay.
Okay.
So he died shortly after she did.
Right, which not out of the ordinary by any means.
No.
Robert's farewell tour will be held Monday,
Farewell
October
tour.
14th at 10 a.m. at Memorial Park Funeral Home, blah, blah, Amarillo. The family encourages you to dust off whatever outdated or inappropriate combination
Nice.
of clothing you have available to attend. A tip jar will be available in the front. Flowers are also acceptable.
That's adorable.
All right. So with this heartfelt and hilarious obituary, Robert's son has given his father a send-off that's sure to be remembered for years to come, offering one last laugh from a man whose legacy is now not just his family, but also the joy he left
That
behind.
was very good writing, and he sounds like he was quite the character.
He
so
was, seems like it, yes.
Rest in peace, my friend. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's head on into
Do we gotta?
news. Yeah, there's
All
a
right,
few
all right.
things. Actually, both of these are kind of fun.
They're
They're
fun. They're fun.
Both of them are a little bit fun because they're just so crazy. So, now see, that's why we can't have nice things.
Every week I patch up that window, and every week Frankie has to smash his face through it. What is wrong with you?
I don't know what you may or may not have heard a loud rumbling sound, and we here at CounterCultureWISE are in the studio and have no idea what it was, but we're pretty sure it wasn't good.
It was actually Frankie had knocked off those squashes that I brought home from work.
Those are heavy. They weigh more than he does.
Didn't stop him from
He
shoving
is
them off the table. He's a strong
so
boy.
Cat.
Yeah.
He is just everything.
Of all the cats we have, he's definitely the
He
most
is the cattest cat I've ever had. If there is a thing on a surface, he is going to knock it over just for the sake of. Those things are huge. They're giant. What kind of squashes are those?
They're like they're
You wanted to say cassava squash.
I almost
What are those?
did.
The long, weird-looking alien ones. I don't know what.
Yeah,
they're
they're
not
kind of-
butternut. They're not.
they're kind of like butternut,
Are
sort
they
of.
butternut?
Yeah.
What are they? Now I got to look it up.
Anyway,
All right, you read this article while I look up butternut squashes.
now this
thought that-
what this guy did was funny, but it's not too cool. Actually, I wouldn't. Anyway, a town in Massachusetts has sent a cease and desist letter to a property owner who projected.
No, they are butternut squash. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Trump 2024
Which
sign.
look a lot like this tower.
Yeah, actually it does. They projected a Trump 2024 sign onto the side of a municipal water
Come
tower.
on, that's badass.
Well, maybe, but
Yeah.
officials said the town of Hanson does not endorse candidates, nor does it allow political signs to be displayed on municipal
I mean, fair enough.
property.
Fair enough.
Hanson Town Administrator Lisa Green said the town first became aware that a resident was projecting the
Oh,
image
so he
of a
didn't just do it
political
once,
sign.
he did it like
Yeah,
long
he
term?
did it over and over
Oh,
again.
okay.
Supporting Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump from their property onto the Hanson Municipal Water Tower on October 11th. Officials have declined to identify the individual.
That's a pretty powerful
That's a pretty
projector.
powerful light, yeah. This misleads the public into believing that this activity is sanctioned or condoned by the town, Green said in the statement
In
Saturday.
other words, people are stupid and we need
The
to protect
town
them from
said that
themselves.
it is issuing a fine of $100 per day until the activity is stopped. Those
Oh, he's still doing it?
Still doing it. Those fines have been accruing, town officials said. Still doing it as of the time of the publication of this article, anyway. Highway Department employees have positioned a spotlight to shine on the tower, making it harder to see the projection at night. Officials said the residents' actions could cost a significant amount of taxpayer dollars, including attorney fees, overtime to pay workers to turn the spotlight on and off each day.
Seriously, we have to pay
and the
overtime for
potential-
somebody to go click?
Yeah. And the potential for having to rent or purchase stronger lighting equipment. The $100 per day fine will likely not cover these expenses, they said.
So dude's just gonna pay $100 a night?
Yeah.
That is dedication. Huzzah, kind sir. I say huzzah.
Yeah.
Yes.
This next one, I added this one on because it's just funny.
I really don't see it. I'm gonna-
I do,
I-
but I
you have to, like,
I
tilt
know
your
the
head.
intention was positive, but this is
I see a
it's just so
snowflake.
funny.
I'm just weird. I see a snowflake. So tell me if I'm wrong here. So this is their snowed-in candle,
Mm-hmm.
and I see a snowflake. But apparently other people...
see a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
There's racists under the bed. Ku Klux Klan members light torches. Now some say Bath and Body Works provided them candles to light too. Wow, that is a stretch.
It is a bit of a
Are you
stretch.
apologizing, Frankie? Because you got to start knocking things over. He's sticking his paws on my lap. Yeah, and it's a snowflake. I don't see, and it's like a kid folded a snowflake and go, people, come on. The retail chain recently released a candle labeled Snowed In that critics argued resembled the hoods and robes worn by the white supremacist group. I mean, you're really stretching at this point.
It's a stretch.
After an outcry on social media, the company explained that the designers did not intend to mimic the KKK outfit and removed the item from its website and retail stores. Everything pointy and white is not a KKK hood. Come on, people. Next, they're going to go after Casper. Didn't some of the ghosts in the Casper Friendly Ghost have pointy heads?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to go after Casper. You know they're going to.
Those are the bad guys.
Oh, come on, you've got to read this in like a dumb accent of some sort. At Bath and Body Works, we're committed to listening.
Okay, after an outcry on social media, the company. Okay, yeah. At Bath and Body Works, we are committed to listening to our teams and customers and committed to fixing any mistakes we make, even those that are unintuned, that we don't mean to do, like this one. The company said in an emailed statement to NBC News and other outlets. By the way, did you know that the theme to NBC News was da 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 da? That was written by John Williams, who did all of the movie soundtracks like Star Wars and Jaws and
I
all
did
of
not
that.
know that.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Anyway,
Dun, 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 dun.
also NBC. We apologize to anyone we've offended and are swiftly working to have this item removed and are
Oh, for
evaluating our
crying in the
process
mud.
going forward.
We've
They're
gotta
probably
stop-
gonna have every employee go to a stupid sensitivity training and
I folded a snowflake, so kill me. Snowflakes are white.
DEI
Get over
training
it.
and blah 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 blah.
If there were black snowflakes, there'd be an issue. And now I have Black History Month, blah, 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 and they talk about a bunch
blah
of
blah
garbage.
blah blah.
Come on, that you really have to stretch.
It's a stretch. I mean, yeah, I can see it, but
But
I don't
only-
think Ku Klux Klan members would get that close to each other. I just don't. Anyway,
I don't think that many of them actually had necks.
and they're usually red.
Yo!
Oh, hello there.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think that's enough news of the wicked. I say we wrap this baby up a little bit early just because
I'm okay with
it's
that,
a
actually.
gajillion o'clock at night on
Yeah.
our end. And we do have an amazing interview coming up on Wednesday.
Please tune in. Please, 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 please. Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but certainly no later than that.
Yeah,
We'll
and
have this.
Chuck will check in as well. So we do have a Holy Crap segment coming up, and some prizes, some surprises in that arena. So do stay tuned in. We shall be posting those everywhere, including your favorite venue where you're probably listening right now. And you should like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Give us a gajillion star review.
And buy us another Kia.
And buy us another Kia. I miss my car. I miss my baby. I miss her. We're 2 payments away from owning her, and she's in the shop. And they won't even tell us what's wrong with it. And yeah, literally hours after an oil change, and nobody will take responsibility. So I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let's wrap this baby up,
With
shall
something
we?
positive. This
Yeah,
is really
we
good.
got to end on a positive note. Here on CounterCultureWISE, we may rant, we may rave, but most of all, we go against the current culture because we believe, to the core of our beings, that humans are good and the world is an amazing and beautiful place. At the beginning of our show, we give you news of the weird and wonderful, but that is just the tip of the magnificent iceberg that is our world. We now present news of the wonderfuller. This one looks like it's going to be a little rough.
Well, it is, but you know, the funny thing is, even with the skin condition, that's still a cute kid.
Let's take a look at him.
Oh, it's just weird. This little boy from Nevada is pictured here before a life-changing surgery that allowed him to blink and sleep with his eyes closed for the first time in his 7 years of his life.
How did his eyes... I mean, don't you have to blink in order for your eyes to even function?
Guess not. Can you even try to imagine that what that must have been like?
No!
Carter Bressie
This
was
poor
born.
baby.
Yeah, he was born with something called lamellar LI.
Ichthyosis, which is
Ichthyosis.
similar to a fin disease that fish get.
Okay. A rare genetic skin disorder in which the body creates, that's right, like a fish. Okay, that makes sense. A rare genetic skin disorder in which the body creates skin cells that do not separate from each other at the surface of the skin the way they should. In addition, the body does not shed the skin fast enough, causing brown scales to form.
So I can see why they would call it ichthyosis. Yeah. Okay.
Fox News has followed his condition for years, leading to Carter developing a bit of a supportive base in Nevada, many of whom contributed to a GoFundMe to his medical bills in May when he had the chance for a life-changing eyelid skin graft. It also resulted in Carter's eyelids...
He raised $46,699. He was only asking for $8,000.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It also resulted in Carter's eyelids turning outward, preventing him from closing his eyes. He cannot blink. He sleeps with his eyes open and is often experiencing lots of pain and discomfort because of this. Shy Carter's mom wrote on that GoFundMe, which raised $46,000 towards the $8,000 cost, like you just said.
And still going.
A cost of oculoplastic surgery that would help the boy close his eyes. I didn't realize what a sense of community we really had, she admitted to Fox 5.
I love
After
stuff
seeing
like this.
how much money the two had received. It's really crazy to feel so included. Well, last month in San Diego, the surgery was carried out successfully, and Carter slept.
Oh, sweet baby.
Oh, boy, did he sleep. He slept until noon today. He got the best night's sleep, Shai said in a video interview after the boy's first night of being able to sleep with his eyes closed. She added that he was a champ throughout the sometimes painful surgery, remaining calm and asking for medicine if it got too severe.
Oh.
That kid is going to have a story to tell. Oh my gosh.
You probably can't hear this, but Mom is gushing, the little guy. Look at him. Oh. I try to lay on my back. He tried to... Yeah, I can't imagine not being able to... So he's trying to get comfy.
There's an
Sweet
infant.
boy. He can close his eyes. Look at him. Look how happy he is. And they'll probably, the black part is probably from the surgery.
Bruising,
so.
yeah, it'll go away. I would hope.
Oh, she said he was a champ. He did really good. Oh, look at him. He was a cute
He's a
baby.
cute kid. Now
Where do you bet he becomes a motivational speaker?
I'll bet you he does. I hope they find a cure for
You know, if his skin wasn't all weird, he's a good-looking kid.
Yeah. Maybe they'll find a cure for it. That would be wonderful.
I love how she's just trying to give him a normal life and doing the best she can. She looks really positive and sweet. Oh, folks, that kid finally gets a good night's rest.
And we're about to do the same.
And now it's our turn. We stay up late because we love you. And we love you so much. We're going to do this again next week. So do tune in for our interview and for Chuck's take. Remember, if you're listening on ScrewTube, they hate our guts, so you may or may not be able to find us there. But find us everywhere else that good podcasts are broadcast, as well as our website, CounterCulture. See, that's how late it is. CounterCultureWISE.com. And we'll see you next week. Have fun. Last words, Jim?
I've had a blast tonight. It's been a good
It was
show.
a good show, yeah. Now we got to go figure out what else Frankie has knocked off the counter. So we'll see you next week. Bye.
CounterCultureWISE is a Stormcat production.
Thank you for joining our growing family of listeners. All links from the show are available on our website, CounterCultureWISE.com. Find our archives on any of your favorite podcast hosts.
We engage in satire, commentary, and generally laugh at the ridiculousness of our crumbling society. Our only medical or financial advice is to not follow any financial or medical advice given by podcasters.
Our animations, interviews, Holy Crap segment, and other videos are put out on BitChute and Rumble, and only in part on YouTube because they hate free speech.
Our show is entirely funded by listeners like you. Visit our ever-expanding merch store or our Subscribe Star, where you can get outtakes, extra videos, and sneak peeks.
If you would like to be a guest on our program, feel free to contact us via our website. Just click on the link at the top that says, "Be a guest on our show."
For more fun and cat pics, please visit our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. For complaints about our show, please fill out the ID10T form on our website, and we will give it the attention it deserves.
Meanwhile, no matter how cruel the world may be around you, always remember the importance of kindness. Be kind to each other, be kind to animals, and be kind to yourself. See you next week.